Well, greetings from the Palatial Guild Hall. We're about to head to Cobalt Scar, Siren's Grotto, and the Western Wastes. Wanted to just give a very, very brief tour of these zones. I have to give a shout out to Robert, who is a viewer on my channel, and what he reminded me was that there's this Scalp of the Ghoul Lord, which was an item that Charlie Cheese actually had. He had in his inventory, and my concern was with the Wood Elf Illusion Mask was that I wouldn't be able to do that quest because Charlie, being a Kazakite cleric, he could only get to max kindly. But when he equips this mask, and I'll go ahead and link it in group chat here. When he equips this helmet, this thing, the Scalp of the Ghoul Lord, at the bottom it says it increases your faction with the Frog Logs by 250 points. So that'll take Charles Cheese, that'll take him up to max Warmly, and thus enabling him to do the Wood Elf Illusion. So. So, having said that, let's go ahead and head to the Western Wastes, and let's see if we can get ourselves some trade skill ingredients to do that Wood Elf Illusion. That's actually a circlet. You zone into Cobalt Scar. There's lots of different ways to get here. In the live game, you use a teleporter to get here. On a TLP, you'd use a druid. You could do the same thing on P99, although I think you have to get keyed in to Cobalt Scar. But yeah, that's a cool thing. The ease of travel make on a live server just make this so easy. My guild, Chamber of Chaos, just raised our self-imposed level requirement from 51 to 60. Or a self-imposed level cap. So that was raised. So now Constance and Charlie are level 60. We just did a lesson of the Devoted. We did that down in... well, we did one... Oh, geez, Louise, I literally just applied this. Apply it again. There we are. I think something keeps dispelling me here. There we are. What was I saying? We did a lesson of the Devoted in what zone were we in? The Deep, and then the Temple of Droga, where we did that. And so I got to level 60. I'm now wearing intricate gear, which has this sort of darker brown. It's like a darker shade of brown than the flawed gear, which is a lighter shade of brown. I think after this, I believe it's elaborate gear. Let's go ahead and just dive in. And we're going to go to Siren's Grotto. And I have to give the shout out to some of my coworkers when I asked them where I should go, Siren's Grotto or Dragon Necropolis. They said, go to Siren's Grotto. And the joke there is... they literally didn't even know where Siren's Grotto was or Dragon Necropolis because they don't play this game. So, they were literally just basing their recommendation based on how cool the name sounded, I guess. So I have to give a shout out to my coworkers, which I promise I do on my channel. So Nathaniel and Vanessa and Chloe. I am going through Siren's Grotto. And I'm ultimately going to go to the Western Wastes to hunt for mastodons. As much as I love Siren's Grotto, we're going to the Western Wastes. So I really don't like taking video here because it's not very interesting, and a lot of Z-axis issues that we'll run into. Once I get into the water, you'll see. So the first thing you'll face with are these pretty much everything. Assume everything here sees undead. And everything here pretty much assist aggros. Let's see. We'll go two-hand. We go two-hand. We'll go range here. There we are. Oh, I'm going to need... We'll go between blunt and ranged. Got a lot more clickies. And I've got a lot more buttons here. So I've got, like, the Ashen Hand discipline, the Silent Fist discipline, Dragon Force, which is an AA ability which pushes my opponents. So what you'll also be faced with is this Walrus. Now, the Walruses are indifferent, but they will assist aggro the Walrus men, and they will also assist aggro the Sea Life. So the only way to really do this is just immediately jump in the water before you have to deal with the Walrus, and just let whatever it is just aggro onto you and face whatever it is. So there you go. All right. Okay, it looks like there's already someone here, which is awesome. I don't know if he's camping something. So we're just going to try to minimize our interruption of his camp as best as we can. So just take pause on that. Here we are on a live server, you know, way past the year 1999, and there's someone still here, still farming stuff. So just that just goes to show you, like, the this game, like how far, you know, it's come, and it's still popular after all these years. I really hope he's not farming these seahorses. All right, so Fellspine is here. I've killed him a couple times. So what we do is you go all the way to the left, and there's this little hallway here. You want to ignore that, and then what you want to do, this could be a little tricky. You want to strafe over to one more tunnel to the right, go down this tunnel. Now, a couple things. This little piece of kelp here, so that's an obstacle, a geometric obstacle, which will prevent your being able to see mobs, so line of sight will be an issue, and it'll also prevent you, like, your boxes will get caught up on it, so it'll hurt line of sight, and it'll also prevent your ability to move. So I would say avoid these little pieces of kelp, right? So when you're dragging a box around, and you're true boxing like I am, and you're not using a fancy computer program to allow you to do that, you just got to go through slowly. That's all that is. All right. So I believe... let's see here. I'm going the wrong way. Height filter. Okay. So I need to go one more to the right. That's another thing with this zone is, with Siren's Grotto, it's very easy to get your bearings screwed up. So there you go. I think we want to go this way. There we are. Okay. Yeah, it's very easy to get turned around, especially when you're underwater. Everything's here sees invis, so you can't just... It's not like being a rogue where you can shroud a stealth and just to avoid stuff. All right. So, yeah, I got to go one more over with Charlie. And, yeah, I'm dragging a box behind me. It makes it a little difficult. All right. So, again, assume everything here sees invis, and assume everything here will assist aggro each other. There is faction here, so Sirens of the Grotto. You never get this back. There's no way to get it back again. And not that like there ever was to begin with, which kind of stinks. I kind of wish there was, like, faction you could work here for quests. But, yeah, it doesn't exist. All right, so there you go. That was what we just saw there. That was a Z-axis. So that seahorse was above me. That's another reason why this doesn't make for the best video content, is what you end up fighting is something you can't see. This seahorse here is immune to root, so I can't root him. So if he runs away, I'm not sure if he's immune to snare. But yeah, if he runs away, pretty much you're out of luck if he brings a crowd, and they tend to bring crowds. They're very social. Very social. All right, so you come up here, and I go right to the precipice. And again, just slow down. It's the main thing with this place. All right, there's Charlie. So what we're going to do, you go to right of this precipice with both your tunes, and then drop right into the water. All right, looks like we got some dead bodies here. There's a Bunthar. Okay, so he probably aggroed from the land. There we are. All right, so let's. I haven't even dragged Charlie in yet. So just when you dive off of that thing, immediately get into the water. There you go. I'm just gonna leave all this crap because I don't care. All right. Deep water inks are good because you can use them in potion making, but I've got like almost like 500 of those, so like an extra 2 is not going to kill me. Just get out of the water. All right, so now we're at the zone out. So we're going to zone out into Western Wastes. So we've got these walrus men. Now there's a swordfish under there. Now these fish can aggro you from outside the water. So can that guy, for that matter. They've got a gigantic aggro radius. So it's almost pointless to use Invis here, even though some mobs might actually not see through Invis. It's pointless. So what I'm going to do is just work towards this way, and you can see I have a seahorse on aggro. There we are. So right now I've got mercenaries that are under the water. So I think it's probably better just to run out of here. Okay, they just killed a swordfish. There you go, there comes my tank mercenary. What I'm going to do is drop. Now he's after my... Okay, there we are. Okay. So those are my mercs. Let's just run out of here. I can always come back if I want to. But I'm just getting out of here because I don't want to deal with it. All right, let's see. How do you get out of here? I went the wrong way. All right, so we're going to go this way. That's Maiden's Eye for you, man. Look at that train. We're going to have this gigantic train. There we are. Boom. And it looks like Charlie was stunned. We'll bring Charlie up from behind. I just don't want to deal with that big train. So there you have exactly why I don't like going through Siren's Grotto. Very easy to do when you're a rogue. Very easy to do when you're Shroud of Stealthed. But I just zone the heck out of there. Okay. So there you go, Vanessa and Chloe and Nathaniel. You got to see Siren's Grotto. What I can do... I can sit Charlie here. I'll just sit him. And I can use a heal Invis pot, and we can actually go back in, and I can show you a little bit more for those of you that actually care. And I'm going to drink my coffee here. By zoning, you drop aggro. So all that trash that was after me at the zone in, you get to drop all that stuff. Okay, leave all that. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is just try and avoid these. Again, the walruses aggroed me only because the walrus men aggroed me. All right. All right. So again, we got aggro from inside the water. If you go all the way around into this building, and I can show you here. I don't think they're going to see me. There's like a little well. There's a well right there. And that well goes down into the water and takes you to a waterfall that takes you to the lair of the sirens. So there's mermaids there and sirens. And basically the reason you come to Siren's Grotto is to get these gems. You get these precious gems here. Like here's one of them. That's actually just a peridot. But you get these precious gems that you use to make Velius era armor. So you can use that. You can use the gems to make armor for Thurgoden, which is the dwarf faction. There's Kael Drackle, which is the giant faction, which is opposed to the dwarves, and then there's the dragon faction, or COV, which is opposed to the giants. So by let's see here, there he is. So by doing let's see here, I want to go out this way. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, so by going to Siren's Grotto and getting these gems, you use the gems in conjunction with a piece of armor to make these Velios era armor pieces. And here's an example, and this is one I went for with my monk. This is a a clicky bracelet, which what it will do is it'll summon a pouch that has 400 shurikens in there, so it has these throwing weapons. So I think that's a must-have for monks, because it dramatically reduces your inventory, and you're able to get throwing weapons summoned, so you don't have to carry them with you. And the only thing I would just say with respect to the shurikens are that they have a much lower range than these throwing spears. These throwing spears they have a 200. The shurikens only have 100. But I would say if you're on a TLP and you're in Velios, I would say definitely go after that pouch. That should be your first armor drop, as far as I'm concerned, unless there's another throwing item that you're aware of. There is the Sisra Temple or Sra Temple. That there's like that dusty pouch, but that only summons 100 knives at a time. Those knives have a long range, but it only summons 100 at a time and has a long casting time. We have somebody that's here. So isn't that crazy? A live server. How many expansions? We've got groups of people that are here. Matter of fact, I've got 4 of these Velia Mastodon furs. I need to get 2 more for Charlie. So anyways, we zoned from Siren's Grotto, and now we're here in Western Wastes. And let's see, hide corpse. Weird. They're killing something, man. So the cool thing about Western Wastes are that this is all COV faction stuff. So the dragons are on Claws of Veeshan faction, which Constance is dubious. So they won't give her quests, but they'll tolerate her. With Charlie, he's full ally, so he can do their quests. Really, the only thing I'm after here are mastodons. So I'm after like a wild animal. The mastodons are indifferent, but they will assist aggro if another mastodon is being attacked. There are also I think rhinoceroses. And there are wolves here. The wolves are kill on sight to anybody. The wolves are spirit of the wolfed, and what that means is they can run fast. So here's an example, and they've got a really wide aggro radius. So go ahead and show you an example of that here. So I'm just going to get close to him. There he is. See from how far back he'll pounce on you, and he'll run away from you in full spirit of the wolf. If you get aggroed by a wolf in the Western Wastes, you have to kill it. Don't let it run away. It's a good experience. Good experience. Here's a mastodon here, which I need these guys. Don't let that wolf run away. Don't let him catch you in one of these gorges. Drop. There you go. Let the tank do her job here. There you go. That's how to do it. Yeah, don't let a wolf run away, because what will happen is he'll eventually find another wolf that will assist aggro. And that's great. Charlie only needs 1 more of these, and I'm done with my mastodon furs. Cool. So, yeah, don't let those wolves run, and don't let them chasing you into a gorge. Speaking of gorges, you have 2. You have the one in the south that'll take you to Dragon Necropolis. This is a dragon graveyard. The one in the north leads you to the Temple of Veeshan. We'll take a look at both of these. So the gorge, once you get into this gorge, you can't climb up the sides. Just con everything here. It's always good. So here's the gorge. This is the entry to it. And there's a leech. Yeah, I could defeat that. But that's really for an epic. If that mage wants it for his epic, I kind of want to avoid him. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to avoid him. But yeah, once you're in this gorge, you can't climb up the sides. The only way out is to run straight east. The same thing is true with the other gorge. Anything? Okay, I got a hound on me. Where is he? There he is. So you can barely see him. Yeah. So yeah, it's another I didn't even see him. And you see him running? I rooted him. Yeah, so kill these guys immediately. Do not run away from him, because you're not going to be able to beat him. They run way too quickly. Even though he's a blue con, he'll aggro more hounds. That'll hamstring you. And this is especially true in the Velius era. Okay, we got a leech. I'll just kill him. This is for an epic mob. Let's see here. I'm just dilly-dallying. Okay. Much rather not kill this, especially if it was for that mage. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even attacking it. Okay. Just work them down as much as I can. Trying to use a low delay weapon so I can get... And there's a hound. See that? So, yeah, there's nothing we can do with this. We just have to eat it. And he hits hard. Okay, we're going to put Charlie on the hound. Alright. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that pretty much took care of the hound. And the burrower, I don't think the burrower dropped anything. Follow. Get my horsey up. Leave that. Alright, let's just find a mastodon. Or what we could do, let's go to TOV. Let's see if we can maybe find. Yeah, so this dragon here, right here, he's dubious towards me, so he's not going to attack me. He certainly won't interact with me, but he won't attack me. With Charlie, Charlie can get all the quests here. He can do COV armor sets. So, okay, so we saw a little bit of Siren's Grotto. We did not see the mermaids or the sirens, and I think it's for the best, really. That zone just annoys me. All right, let's kill any mastodons along the way. Hey, buddy. I know on P99 there's a druid. It puts out video content, which is really amazing. What he'll do is he'll charm an animal, and I think he was using like an orb of Taishan to good effect, where he would charm these mastodons. Yeah, and he would charm them, and then just one after another would just send them against like named dragons and solo the dragons here. I mean, they're soloable in Velius, but they're much harder to do. So yeah, this dragon, for example, you know, is like cool with me. This dragon is cool with me. He's rare. So he would probably drop some nice stuff. Much more appropriate in era. Okay, so this is going to be a little tricky. I think we should be good, though. So we're just going to go through like NTOV and just show like a rough... a lot of corpses here. Jeez Louise. We're going to show like a rough tour of the dragons here. And so when you kill giants, you gain faction with these dragons. And typically you get more faction for killing storm giants than you do with frost giants. You can also do quests for the dragons here. So, yeah. But when you kill the dragons here, you get faction with the giants. So it just depends on what faction you need. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to run into COV. And you got to watch out for a dragon here. His name is Santalak. If you're anything, if you're threatening or scowling, he'll just one-shot you before you even get here. So, but he's typically not up. So you just zone in, is the entrance to North Temple of Veeshan. So NTOV is so the lore is with these two gouges in the western waste, the northern gouge and the southern gouge. These are like created by Veeshan herself, which sort of impregnated the dragons to this area. Let me turn the volume up because I love the music here. There you go. All right. And so the bottom is a dragon necropolis, so it's a dragon graveyard. The top is like a temple dedicated to Veeshan. And so Veeshan is like, the way to think of her is like the god of dragons that laid forth all the rules that dragons here follow. A little scary running through here. This is like an end game raid content in Scars of Ilias. The only thing higher than this would be Sleeper's Tomb. Again, Charlie is allied here. You know, he's got armor pieces, or he can quest the armor pieces. And so what we can do is we can show you where east is. So within the North Temple of Veeshan, if you go to the center little island here and you turn to the right and you go east, you go to the eastern section of Howling Stones. Or not Howling Stones, you go to the eastern section of NTOV. So when you click on this guy, he's dubious. He's not going to attack me. Open the door to east. This right here is, the dragons here are dragon criminals, okay? When you right click on him, he scowls, ready to attack. So the minute I drop down, this is a one-way drop to the east, right? You can't get out of here except the exit, which is through east. And you got to go all the way up here, and a lot of these are raid targets. So, so there's a one-way drop to the east this direction and one-way drop to the east in this direction. These mobs take, quote-unquote, considerable effort to defeat. This is why I said I was not going to the halls of testing in a previous video. These guys do drop NTOV or North Temple of Veeshan armor drops. So this is where you go for that armor. Probably better just to work Coldane, because it's same clicky, same basic things. They might have longer or shorter cast times on them. So when you go to west, all of these things won't attack you if you're non-kill on sight. So this is how you get out of here. It's another thing with Everquest, especially from this era. Typically, dungeons don't have the same exit as they do their entrance. So to get to the exit, you got to go all the way to west. You can also, if you go all the way to the north, that'll take you to the Plane of Mischief, which is a plane of the god of Bristlebane, which that's a very interesting video content there. I don't really know that zone a lot. And it looks like Charlie is stuck on geometry. There he is. Come on, buddy. Yeah, so luckily these dragons won't attack me. Beautiful zone. Absolutely beautiful. If I were to attack any of these things, they would kill me. And it is kind of scary running through here. There you go. And again, there's no levitate here, so... Right. Right. There's a raid target here. So just to get out of here, you got to get past a raid target. So it is kind of very much, there's this guy. One-way effort. Lendaria, the keeper. So just to get out of here, you got to go through a raid target. So that's why faction matters so much in this game. So here's the exit. Let's see here. There we are. So we're just going to go after a Velium Mastodon for probably... Let's see. Come on, Charlie. There you go. May or may not be successful. So we got a good view of Cobalt Scar, Siren's Grotto, Western Waste, NTOV. I think that's good. We can go to Dragon Necropolis. It's basically a big graveyard full of undead stuff. Phase spiders and whatnot. There's two factions of rat men that live down here. Yeah, but Western Waste I think is pretty good. I'd much rather fight in Western Waste than to fight in Siren's Grotto for sure, but you've got to get those gems. So Siren's Grotto is one place to get them. Another place to get them is right here. So these mobs will also drop gems. But again, you would be working that for the Coldane or for the Giants. All right, and like I said, with these gorges, the only way out is to the east. So if you're trapped here, say by a Velium Hound, for example, and you saw how easily I was able to dispatch that, that's because I'm level 60, and I'm like over-tuned for this era. But in era, I would not. This would not be safe. So yeah, don't get caught with your pants down with those Velium Hounds for sure. So once you get to the eastern edge, what you're going to do is, the only way I know how to do this is just up arrow. Just keep up arrowing, and you'll eventually get out of here. Let's see here, keep climbing. Okay, up arrow, and you get out of the gorge. So imagine doing this if a wolf is chasing you. You're not going to be successful, especially if it's kill on sight. I'm just going to make a big circle from the west to the north. There you go. There's a mastodon. Hopefully I'll be able to get all my mastodons. All right, let my mercs catch up. There is a named mastodon that I killed. And it did drop a fur, so that was cool. I'm kind of freaked out because Charlie, his mount kind of looks like a wolf, so. All right, all my furs. Cool. So that's cool. I think that's a good ending to the video. So now Charlie has all 4 furs and Constance has all 4 furs. So I need to make a Velium Mastodon fur cloak for an old frog log in the ruins of Lower Guck. Or this is actually an Upper Guck that I have to go to. So the next area would be the Froglog Reets, and the Reet camp, that's kind of difficult to get to, mainly the mushroom area. I got to get past that, so that'll be a challenge. I'm going to try and make a video of that at some point. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Take care, everybody. Bye.